Maryland has strong athleticism, plays an attacking style that will challenge this Bearcat defense, but it's going to be Binghamton starting with possession first as Vagoda sends it to the Maryland third. And Bearcats will throw it from there. Grace Vittoria on the throw for the Bearcats. Graduate student defender gets it in. To the top of the box, a race to it, and a whistle. 69 degrees and cloudy. The weather has been, well, it's been September in upstate New York, which means we have seen heat, humidity, some active skies, an hour 40-minute weather delay in the men's game last night due to lightning. Looking to get this one in uninterrupted. Catherine DeRosa sends it to the back line. Haley Johnson. Here's Lisa McIntyre, the 122nd ranked recruit in the nation. Maryland has the top ranked recruiting class in the Big Ten. Number 11 overall in the nation. And it will be Binghamton possession. Talked about Maryland being the owners of the top-ranked recruiting class in the Big Ten. Maryland picked to finish 11th in the Big Ten. Considering how quickly some of these younger players are developing, that might be a bit of an underestimation of what this team can do this season. Garofalo has this one ahead. A rush for the Bearcats. Olivia McKnight. She finds Knitsch. We'll take another look. Good rush here in the early minutes for Binghamton. Olivia McKnight settling. There's Knitsch. Haley Johnson, great recovery as she pokes it away. Transfer from UNC Wilmington, one of 22 new faces in this program this season. Here is Vagoda, who sends it to the box. Still in the air. Olivia McKnight gets it back to Vagoda. That strong left leg sends it near the net. Beardsley watches it go wide. And despite the efforts of Molly McClellan, that goes out of play. There's Vagoda again, just such a strong left leg. She'll initiate the set pieces. She'll initiate really from so many places on the pitch to create some offensive chances for the Bearcats. 2 goals and an assist this season. Both of her goals actually have come on penalty kicks. Krakauer with it. Slides this one ahead. Tip back. Isabel DePrima gets a piece for Maryland, but here's Marsteller for the Bearcats. Ahead to Olivia McKnight. Knitsch streaking on the near side. She'll pick it up. Knitsch looking to take her defender, Kennedy Bell. Bell, another one of these terrific freshmen, headed away in front. Johnson. Actually, check that. That was Katie Coyle. And it goes out of play. So Katie Coyle, terrific job to get it out of danger for Maryland. Defense, the area where Megan Ryan Nemser saying she wants her team to be better at. Here's Victoria McKnight, sends it ahead. Pretty nice ball, but Coyle's there. So just getting behind Coyle for Binghamton. Hannah Mimas chipped it, but well into play for Liz Beardsley. Mentioned Beardsley transfer from Georgia, 8-5-1 last season. 12 goals allowed, the third fewest in program history here. Goals against was 0.89, had a 739 save percentage, pretty much in line with their numbers this season in the early going. 0.86 goals against this season, 727 save percentage. There's Kennedy Bell. Olivia McKnight. Beardsley to pick it up. McIntyre got a piece for Binghamton. Garofalo knocks it away. Koutsos sends it back, and here's Ava Morales. Morales coming in, sends this one ahead. Terrific ball as the shot goes wide. Morales looking to set up the streaking McIntyre. Morales, a couple of goals this season. Same story for McIntyre. It's been a balanced attack offensively for Maryland. Morales, DeRosa, and McIntyre each with 2 goals. As Morales slides it ahead, McIntyre trying to get the finish, and now we'll try it again as Krakauer sends this on net, and the stop by Caitlin Williams. Lagoda's pass intercepted. DeRosa gets possession for Maryland. Here's Kennedy Bell, already one of the best outside backs in the country, in the words of Megan Ryan Nemser. Very excited about her freshman back. Olivia McKnight to Vagoda. Back to Herbert. Marsteller and Herbert will give and go there. Binghamton has to be pleased with how they're handling the athleticism and the attacking skill of Maryland to this point. No shots on goal for either team. 1 shot total for Maryland. There's a look at Grace Vittoria from nearby Apple Lake in New York. Morales got a piece and did it a second time as well. This time, though, Marsteller steers it back to Caitlin Williams. Statistically, tough game for Williams against Wagner, with the 2 goals on 2 shots allowed by Binghamton. But Neil Bhattacharjee feels like Williams is in good form, working on decision-making, position off the line, distribution, all things that Bhattacharjee feels like she'll get better at. And she does, one thing she does do for this team, gives the team a sense of calm. She'll make the save she should, and she will usually get 1 or 2 per game that gets Binghamton in a position to take it. There's Hallie Johnson. Isabel DePrima. She got a touch from Maryland. And here's Kennedy Bell. Bell, the number 34 prospect in the nation, according to Top Drawer Soccer. Comes from an accomplished athletic family. Her dad, Myron Bell, played football at Michigan State and for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was a Super Bowl champ back in the '95 season. Olivia McKnight chips it free. Knitsch gets it back to McKnight, who will send it to Vagoda. Vagoda one-on-one with Krakauer. Gets it to Marsteller. Garofalo on it. The freshman from Aberdeen, New York, has already established herself as a steady presence in the back line for Binghamton. Here she steers it to Caitlin Williams. Knitsch, McClelland, able to settle. Here's McClelland. Slides it to Victoria McKnight. McKnight, the shot blocked by Kutos. Kutos familiar with this pitch as she chips it out of play. The senior spent her first 3 seasons at UMBC. Here you see her one-on-one with Victoria McKnight, makes the block. Kutos with UMBC last season. There she is on the throw. Moved from defense to an attacking midfield position and responded by scoring 3 goals. Here with Maryland, she's back on the back line. Off the foot of McClelland and out of play. Victoria McKnight. Picked up by Beardsley. Looking in the direction of Hannah Knitsch. DeRosa to Bell. DeRosa last season leading her team in assists with 4 as Bell, frustrated by Vagoda, she took it away. This season doesn't have an assist yet, but 2 goals on 2 shots on goal. So without a goal last season, this season putting it together. Coyle works it to midfield. McIntyre looking for a piece. Garofalo sends it away. That backs up Beardsley, who takes it just in front of the goal line. Pretty good matchup there with a pair of freshmen, Lisa McIntyre and Sophia Garofalo for Binghamton. Vagoda steers it back into the Maryland end. Johnson intercepted by Knitsch. Chips it to Victoria McKnight, sends it across, and sent away. Here is DeRosa. Where's that number 13 in honor of Catherine Lilly, former U.S. national team player. Vagoda sends it near the cage. Beardsley. Victoria McKnight closest to it for the Bearcats, but Beardsley using that length to snatch it. Again, Vagoda, we said she can put it on from anywhere. You see McKnight to the right of your screen, just getting in behind Katie Coyle, looking to make something happen. Knitsch, Bell knocks it out of play. Vagoda comes in on the throw for Binghamton. Victoria McKnight chipped away from her. Knitsch giving chase, gets there just ahead of Krakauer. Hands off to Vagoda. Krakauer does get a piece, though, to knock it out of play. Marsteller back to Garofalo. Krakauer ahead to a streaking Peyton Bernard, chipped away by Garofalo. Vagoda gets to the midfield. McClelland with the header. Bounced off the head of Katie Coyle. Well, looked like Olivia McKnight put her hip into DeRosa as she was about to elevate for the header, so the possession goes to Maryland. We'll take another look. There's McKnight, number 3. A bump. The reigning America East midfielder of the year. Deep bag of tricks for Olivia McKnight. That time, though, draws the whistle. Here's Hallie Johnson with it. Spent her freshman season at UNC Wilmington. Made the Colonial Athletic Association's third team and all-rookie team. Victoria McKnight between a pair of terrapins. Gets it back to Marsteller. She looks back as well, this time to her keeper, Caitlin Williams. Takes it and works it up to Garofalo. Brooke Herber is there. The defender had a goal last season as a freshman. As she sends it back to Williams. Peyton Bernard was putting on the pressure for Maryland. Herber, an accomplished recruit in her own right back in 2019. Played in the Nike National Invitational Portland. Played with the top 90 players in the nation in that invitational. Here, Olivia McKnight may have been looking for someone to break free as she sent it through. Looks back to the bench as Beardsley sends it ahead for Katie Coyle. Coyle, transfer from Notre Dame. Team that made the Elite Eight last season. This one free for Krakauer, but offsides. Shots even at 1 apiece. Neither team has a shot on goal. Again, the Bearcats knew, especially defensively, they'd have their hands full with this Terrapins team, but Bearcats, strong start here as we are scoreless in the first. Bell chips it. Vagoda the same, this time to the midfield, stepping in DeRosa. Ahead to Bernard. Freshman Bernard, a first-team All-State performer in Maryland. There's Olivia McKnight, sends it ahead. Kinich has a step. Kinich settling, tries to get a shot off, but Kennedy Bell. Nice recovery for Maryland. It will be Binghamton possession. Kinich and Bell have been a heck of a matchup here this afternoon. Olivia McKnight looking to take advantage as Kinich had an angle to it. Bell, nice recovery. And the corner coming. It'll be the second corner for Binghamton. Vagoda. Garofalo gives chase for the Bearcats. Back to Victoria McKnight. Binghamton resets as Marsteller has it. Near side for Vagoda. Met quickly by Krakauer, who takes it away. Krakauer, another impressive freshman. Held up in the midfield. McClellan works it over to Vittoria. Vittoria tried to send it on, but good work by Katie Coyle. Mimas picks it free, tries to put on a shot as Koutsos gets a piece to knock it out of play, but Binghamton will maintain possession. Lexi Vagoda looks like she'll set up for a set piece here. The header by Vittoria kept it alive for Binghamton. Mimas chips it loose. Koutsos had to get herself around Victoria McKnight, and there was Coyle with the block. But here's Lexi Vagoda. Third corner for the Bearcats. Garofalo tried to elevate. Here's Vittoria, who sends it wide. Grace Vittoria, part of an experienced defensive core for Binghamton. Vittoria, a graduate student. Marsteller's a junior in the midfield, but she's also pretty well experienced in terms of just sheer minutes played. She led the Bearcats in freshman minutes a couple of seasons ago. Kaylin Williams backing up. Herber met quickly by McIntyre. She'll go to her keeper, Williams. McClellan ducks out of trouble. Here's Marsteller. Binghamton a 3-1 shot advantage and a 3-0 advantage in corners. The Maryland team that put up 28 shots in its last game, the 2-0 win against George Mason, has just one. Here is Victoria McKnight. Ahead to Olivia McKnight. She'll have to race to it because Katie Coyle had an angle on it. She knocks it out of play. Coyle and Bell were there just ahead of Olivia McKnight. Another look, Victoria McKnight to her twin sister, and again, a lot of talent on that back line for Maryland. Marsteller to Knitsch, trying to give it back to Marsteller, who was headed the other way. Nice chip by Bernard as she finds Krakauer. Met by Garofalo, slows down the attack. Krakauer gets it back. And a race along the far sideline. Kutos can't work it by McClelland. McIntyre, clean interception for Maryland. Bernard. Actually, check that. That's not Bernard. That might have been Isabel DePrima. Here's Bell. Bell trying to take Knitsch. Slides it ahead, but Marsteller gets it out of danger for Binghamton. Victoria McKnight. Over to Mimas. Pass a bit long for Olivia McKnight as McIntyre has it. Here's Peyton Bernard. Sends this one ahead, and Garofalo with the slide to just get that one out of reach of Madison Krakauer, because that was setting up to be a dangerous chance for Maryland. A substitution coming in as Eden White, senior defender, comes in for Isabel DePrima. White, a transfer from Santa Clara University, where she was part of the 2020 National Championship squad from Santa Clara. Maryland maintains possession. Bell to throw. Bernard's in the corner. Now she comes out. One-on-one with Vagoda, who steps in to take it away, knocks it out of play. Bernard bumps it down. Back to White. Kutos gets by some contact, a centering feed, but a whistle before the send. Waiting for it was Peyton Bernard in front. Krakauer sent it. Marsteller. Herbert gets it back to Williams. Victoria McKnight settles it. Marsteller. Here's Victoria ahead to McClelland. Or actually, that's Mimas. Mimas one-on-one with Kutos. Back to McClelland. Victoria McKnight gets it back to McClelland. Trying to chip that one ahead to Mimas. Broken up. Victoria steps in for Binghamton. Mimas and Kutos once again. Mimas' chance blocked by Katie Coyle as she looked to center. Beardsley, line drive to midfield. On the far sideline, DeRosa picks it free, sends it down. Garofalo pokes it away from Peyton Bernard to at least slow down the attack. Maryland will keep possession. Substitutions coming on. Kelsey Smith in for Maryland. For Binghamton, Megan Baker, the freshman forward, comes in for Victoria McKnight as Smith is in for Krakauer. Kelsey Smith just on, tries to get through a pair of Bearcats, can't do it as Mimas took it away. Here's McClelland. Herber near side for Vagoda. Marsteller met by Ava Morales. Olivia McKnight sends it ahead. The streaking Victoria able to get that one by Katie Coyle. Victoria to Baker. Baker settling. Quickly met by Katie Coyle. Baker, I think, underestimated the amount of time she had to try to make something happen. The quick recovery by Katie Coyle. Garofalo pins it into the Maryland half of the field. Vagoda. Knitsch has a run to get to that ball. She gets there. Knitsch and Bell continue their battle this afternoon. Vagoda, one-on-one with McIntyre. Bumps her off, gets this near the cage. Headed away, however, by Coyle. Bell ahead to Bernard. Trying to get by Herber, can't do it. Great recovery by the sophomore defender for Binghamton. McClelland has it for the Bearcats at midfield. Chips it back, Victoria racing to it. Vagoda down to Knitsch. Knitsch and Bell. Morales knocks it away. Peyton Bernard. Nice move to get by Herber. Knitsch stepping in. Bernard frustrated as Marsteller has it at midfield. Kinich. Behind the back pass to Vagoda. Vagoda in space. Vagoda ahead to Baker. Has to adjust to the pass. Baker, 93 career goals at Jamesville DeWitt High School. Second leading scorer all time in school history. Couldn't get a chance on there. McIntyre knocks the fellow freshman down. And Maryland will have possession, a substitution as well as Kat Paris, junior forward, steps in for Maryland. She comes in for McIntyre. Paris spent last season with Radford, all Big South first team member, 8 goals, 4 assists in 20 games. Kinich heads it up. Olivia McKnight, met by Bernard, gets it away from the freshman forward. Here's Paris down to the turf as Vagoda kicks it away. Baker racing along with Hallie Johnson for Maryland. Johnson lost her footing, but not possession for Maryland. It will be Terrapin ball. There's a look at Megan Baker. Mentioned those 93 career goals. 23 of them last season for Jamesville DeWitt High School as a senior. Kinich and DeRosa with some contact. The whistle goes in favor of Maryland, although DeRosa a little bit of a nudge after the whistle. Victoria contact with Kelsey Smith. Smith, a sophomore, good to see her back. Missed last season due to injury. A high school All-American as a senior. The Baltimore Sun Player of the Year. She's from Eldridge, Maryland. Vagoda ahead for Baker. Can she get a step on Hallie Johnson? No, Johnson steers it to her keeper, Beardsley. Coyle. DeRosa works it back. Johnson ahead for Bell. Herber steps in on the interception. Johnson heads it down. Here's DeRosa. Kutzos. The aforementioned Kelsey Smith sends this to the back line. Paris tips it back, looking for Bell. Too long, though, and it is Olivia McKnight who takes it for Binghamton. Baker going wide left. She will race to it. Baker with Johnson in front of her. Johnson gets a piece and steers it away.
For the Bearcats, number 26, Lauren Clark.
So Lauren Clark coming in for Binghamton for Hannah Mimas. Clark on the field with her former Fayetteville Manlius teammate, Hannah Kinich. Kinich with the touch. Bell steps in front of Vagoda and works it ahead to Paris. Trying to find an open spot, but Marsteller closes, takes it for Binghamton. Garofalo at midfield, ahead for McClellan, over to Vittoria. Herber. Approaching 10 minutes to go here in the first half. And again, have to stress that this is a Maryland team that had 28 shots in their last game, a 2-0 win against George Mason. 1 shot so far here against Binghamton, and they won't get a second one soon here as it's the Bearcats on the attack. DeRosa steps in to thwart the attack. and draw the whistle. There's DeRosa, nicknamed Bootsy, as she earned that nickname due to a childhood memory with a pair of favorite boots. And it's not a bad nickname for a soccer player. Paris with it. Herber's on her. Paris slips down, keeps possession. Kutos ahead for Kelsey Smith. Smith behind the back pass, but Kutos couldn't get there, and it goes out of play. Bell has some room. Under 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Paris hands it off to Bernard, back to Bell. Couldn't control, picked up by Marsteller. Pagoda to Garofalo. Paris steps up on her. Garofalo sends it away. Kutos in the midfield for Maryland. Kutos again, this time going to her back line, and Hallie Johnson. Herber racing to it, heads it down, and Olivia McKnight gets a foot on it to work it to the Maryland side of the field. Bell backtracking and gets it to her keeper, Liz Beardsley. Neither team with a shot on goal. Defense, especially on the Binghamton side, strong so far this afternoon. Bell looking for Ava Morales, but Marsteller had other ideas as she sends it to her keeper, Caitlin Williams. Along the far sideline, Vittoria trying to get by Kelsey Smith. Hands it off. McClellan to Vittoria. Give and go. McClellan gets it back. Lauren Clark racing. Won't get there in time. Substitution coming in for Maryland. Sophie Venus in for Peyton Bernard. Venus, a senior, who spent her first 3 seasons at Oregon, 27 games with the Ducks. And here's Paige Luke coming in for fellow freshman forward Megan Baker. There's a look at Venus. Knitsch picks it free away from Bell. Knitsch trying to find some room. Bell, nice job to step up and recover for the Terrapins. Midfield for Morales. Puts it ahead. Paris bumps it down. Garofalo gets a piece. Here is Smith. Kelsey Smith to Morales. Paris. Terrapins looking for their first shot on goal. Won't get it there. Garofalo. That was the sole of her right foot that blocked that one. Here's Paige Luke on the far sideline. Katie Coyle in on her. Vittoria. Still has possession, works it to the midfield. Clark to Vittoria. Ahead, Luke getting a piece, tries to turn the corner on Kutos, but Kutos slowed her down enough for Hallie Johnson to get it and work it to Beardsley. Line drive to midfield, Marsteller with it for the Bearcats. 5.5 to go here in the first half. Marsteller, pass intercepted by Eva Morales. Gets it ahead to Smith. McClellan slows Smith down, at least for the moment. That one to the seats. Paige Luke met by DeRosa, who takes it away. Paris bodied by Garofalo. It's a race. Venus along with Herber. Paris. DeRosa to Bell. Gets it by Kinich. White met by Olivia McKnight, who takes it away. McKnight gets it back ahead from Marsteller. One touch to Luke. Luke racing along with Johnson. Gets a step on Johnson. Sends it ahead. Clark and Kutos. Kutos wins that race, but sends it out of play. No, Vittoria able to make a play on the ball while it was still alive. McClellan boots it down. Sends it ahead looking for Clark, but too long in the pass. Bell sends it ahead to Paris, met by Herber. Herber gets a piece, Paris gets it back. Now Venus. White back to Johnson. That's the freshman forward for Binghamton. Paige Luke, who's deepest for the Bearcats. Venus. Now Kutos. Garofalo able to intercept. Kinich at midfield. Olivia McKnight. Ahead to Luke. Taps it back. Looking for McKnight. Bell got in the way. Now Johnson has it for Maryland. Up to Venus. Under 2.5 to go here in the first. Paris. Makes a move on Herber. Pass intercepted. Stepping in McClellan. Bell to the box. Bouncing. Still loose. Chipped by Williams, who dives and makes the stop. Closest call of the afternoon for the Bearcats as the sophomore forward Kelsey Smith had a chance for the Terrapins. Vittoria got a piece, but that knocked it just loose enough for Smith to make a play on it. And Williams recovers. Herber ahead to Kinich. Bell steps in. Venus, crisscrossed with her own teammate, has control. Johnson sends it back with 1:20 left to go here in the first half. Coyle looking for Paris. Too long. That allows Williams to play it for Binghamton. Minute to go as Garofalo plays it to the far sideline. Vittoria's there for Binghamton, trying to shake off the sophomore forward Kelsey Smith. Vittoria on the throw with 45 seconds left to go. Kutos with it. Offensive chances have been hard to come by for both teams here in the first half. We'll see if one of them can get a last-minute chance before the half. 25 seconds to go. Bernard racing to it, but so was McClellan for Binghamton. Gets it to Williams, who knocks it out of danger with 15 seconds left to go.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Well, off the throw, a last second chance. Williams handles it easily. And a tremendous defensive half 4 come on off the bench for Binghamton in the first half. Underway here in the second. DeRosa sends it ahead. DePrima got a piece, but sent it out of play. So Grace Vittoria has it for the Bearcats. Olivia McKnight, tracked by Morales, gets it back to Caitlin Williams. And big stop by Williams in the final minutes of that first half, as the ball came free for Kelsey Smith. Actually sent it behind Williams, but in front of the goal line. And Williams recovered to make the stop. Bell keeps it in play. Bump down, Krakauer, but Garofalo recovers for Binghamton. Kutos slides that one by Mimas. Kutos knocked off by Garofalo. Morales picks it up. Ahead for Bernard. Bernard sends it across. Krakauer gets a piece. Bernard chips it free, but Vittoria steps up to boot it away for Binghamton. Victoria McKnight first on it for the Bearcats. Vittoria comes in for the throw. There's a look at Victoria McKnight. 5 goals last season. Vittoria, or pardon me, that was Vagoda. DePrima intercepted, but as it goes out of play, Binghamton gets possession back. Lexi Vagoda, 4 goals last season in 18 games, has a couple both on penalty kicks this season through the first 5. Here's a rush by Morales, sends it to some open space, racing to it. Krakauer, one-on-one with Garofalo, puts on the shot, stopped by the diving Caitlin Williams. So officially should be the first shot on goal for Maryland in this contest. Caitlin Williams sends it up. McClellan chips it down. Vittoria has it back to McClellan. So that is the first shot on goal of the game for the Terrapins. McClellan looking for Mimas. Kutos in the way, able to intercept. Ahead for Morales, who took some contact from Vittoria, drew the whistle. Maryland with possession. Ava Morales, a couple of goals in 14 games last season, already has 2 this season. Coyle sends it in. Krakauer looking to settle. Actually, check that. That is Kelsey Smith. Smith racing after it with Vittoria. Vittoria with Vagoda, who dives and knocks it out of play. Vagoda the throw, and Kennedy Bell on the interception. Chip free. Mimas. Her pass. Intercepted for a moment. Morales got a piece, but Binghamton controls. Garofalo on the back line. Herber trying to organize. Takes the pass to the far sideline. Vittoria able to settle. Marsteller. Back to Garofalo. Bearcats looking for some transition here. And it's going to be a race. Mimas along with Hallie Johnson, and Johnson knocks it out of play. Johnson, native of Bethesda, Maryland, so certainly made geographic sense in terms of her transfer from UNC Williamson to come to the University of Maryland. McClellan sends it to the far side, but Kennedy Bell there to head it away from Kinich. Olivia McKnight trying to take it away from Bell, but she causes the whistle. Bell drew it, and it'll be Maryland possession. Olivia McKnight, one of the more decorated members of this Bearcats women's team. Again, defending America East midfielder of the year. First team America East. And all rookie team member back in 2019. Second team America East back in 2021. Kelsey Smith. Now Krakauer. Maryland more possession here in the second half. Krakauer slides this one to Prima. Sends it to the box. Marsteller got a piece and McClellan sweeps it away. Victoria McKnight races to it. Gets it to Mimas. Mimas to the midfield. Kennedy Bell is there to take it away from Maryland. Over to the far side. Smith. Sends it to the box, but Vittoria able to sweep it away, at least for the moment. DeRosa intercepts. Here's Koutsos. Morales ahead to Bernard. Vittoria chipped it free, but Morales gets it back between the legs of Garofalo. McClelland able to step in and get it out of danger for Binghamton, but that sets it up for Maryland. Koutsos on the throw. Krakauer puts on a chance that was headed to the net before it was headed away by Herbert. Kinich, long pass looking for Victoria McKnight. Hallie Johnson sends it out of play. Vittoria off her foot, or actually that's Kinich off her foot, and Kennedy Bell to throw in for Maryland. Some contact between Marsteller and Peyton Bernard. Maryland with control. Bernard, first team All-State a year ago in Maryland. Her brother Christian plays soccer at Howard University. So a free kick coming, and Terrapin setting up just outside the box. Johnson sends it past the leap of DeRosa. Mimas with it for Binghamton. Mimas past midfield. Mimas outrunning the ball and struggling a bit to get control back. She does. Marsteller at midfield. Back to Garofalo. One touch. Ahead to McClelland. Looks and finds Vittoria near sideline. Grace Vittoria sends it ahead. Johnson's there. So is Victoria McKnight for Binghamton. Johnson heads it down. Olivia McKnight gets it to Vittoria. Vittoria one-on-one with Koutsos near the net, but behind the cage. And looks like this will stay in the Maryland third. Look at Grace Vittoria with the corner coming for Binghamton. Lexi Vagoda will set it up. Fourth corner of the afternoon for Binghamton. Headed up, Krakauer waiting for it. Krakauer is met by McClelland, who's able to get a piece to knock it out of play, but it will be Koutsos on the throw for Maryland. Mimas got a piece for Binghamton, but Johnson's met by Victoria McKnight. Comes out with it. Ahead to Olivia McKnight. McKnight tried to center, but off the foot of Katie Coyle. So another corner coming up. Once again, Vagoda to set up for the Bearcats. Well, Maryland had possession advantage here in the first, well, let's call it 8-9 minutes of the second half, but Binghamton has tilted the field. See Mimas and Kanich closest to goal for Binghamton. Vagoda sends it. Garofalo looking for a piece. Haley Johnson got a bigger piece as it goes to the far sideline. Victoria McKnight giving chase. Coyle defends her and takes it away. Katie Coyle sends it to midfield. Marsteller racing to it for Binghamton. Krakauer for Maryland as it goes out of play. And Binghamton with possession. Substitution coming in. Lauren Clark in for Binghamton. In for her former high school teammate up at Fayetteville Manlius, just outside of Syracuse, Hannah Kanich. Herber back to her keeper in Caitlin Williams. Garofalo coming on strong. Ava Morales. Vittoria slips. Nice recovery from the ground to get it to McClelland. Now Vittoria with it once again. Katie Coyle back to Johnson. Coyle, Johnson, and Bell have been impressive here this afternoon, but as I say that, Clark knocks it free from Bell, who recovers to get it back. We've talked about the Binghamton defense, but Maryland certainly has been strong in that area as well. Shots in this one so far, 3-3, one shot on goal in the game. And it came for the Terrapins. Herber to midfield, Koutsos bumps it down. Coyle gets it back from DeRosa. Coyle, now some space. Coyle ahead looking for Bell. Chips this one free. DePrimo racing to it. Back down the far sideline, now into the box. Krakauer trying to put the move on Vagoda, who would have none of it. And does it stay in play? It does not. Despite the best effort of Lauren Clark. Now Clark back on it and gets to Herbert. Marsteller. Pass intercepted. DeRosa with it. Works it ahead. Krakauer's pass. Chip back to her foot. Krakauer gets it ahead to Morales. Morales, the shot! Knocked away by Caitlin Williams. Morales been looking for a chance all afternoon. Caitlin Williams was there. Clean look at it. Corner coming, though, for Maryland. First corner of the afternoon. Krakauer will take it. The freshman leads Maryland with 10 shots on goal this season. Now looking to set up one of her teammates. And that one bouncing wide of the cage, heading out of play. It will be Maryland maintaining possession. Or will it? Nope. Caitlin Williams has it for the Bearcats. Now 2 shots on goal officially for the Terrapins. None yet for the Bearcats. Marsteller up to Victoria McKnight. Chips it off her foot. Bell on the interception. Krakauer tried to body Garofalo away from the ball, but the freshman snuck her right foot into it to chip it free. Smith gets it back from Maryland. Far side for Morales, trying to set up another chance. Morales on net once more, stopped by Williams. So the 3 accredited shots on goal for Maryland, as Clark puts a nice move on Bell that for a moment got the ball away from the freshman back, but Maryland gets it back. Here is Smith. The 3 shots on goal for Maryland, all handled easily by Williams. Could be a 4th here, but Garofalo with the block, and now Williams comes up to take it. Actually, I say 3, but that 3rd one not yet officially marked down as a shot on goal. Still 2-0 Terrapins in that category. Maryland did not allow a shot on goal against George Mason. So again, the defense has played well for Maryland as of late, and you can see why. Coyle, Johnson, Bell, that's a talented back line. Clark with the header. Here's Victoria McKnight trying to get it by Johnson. McKnight looking for the streaking Olivia McKnight, but Johnson breaks it up. Or Coyle, I should say. Coyle broke it up. Johnson was the one who slowed Victoria McKnight down just enough. Krakauer on the near sideline, met by Victoria, who knocks it out. So Maryland with possession. Substitution in, Lisa McIntyre back into the game. She will come in for fellow freshman Madison Krakauer. And now we have Samaya Reed coming in for Binghamton to replace Victoria McKnight. Or actually, we won't just as of yet, because a little late on that substitution. So Victoria McKnight still out there. Samaya Reed waiting to come back in. Bernard sends it across the box. Smith and Vagoda racing to it. Smith gets there. To DePrima. DePrima slips. Ball free. And this out of play, so Maryland with possession. Look at Kennedy Bell. Called her name a lot this afternoon. The freshman back has an assist on the season. Bell on the throw once again. Bell trying to get by Clark. So you have Bell, a defender in the offensive end, trying to get by Clark, a forward, in the defensive end. Corner coming, Morales to set it up for Maryland. Morales works it to the box. Garofalo heads it away. Koutsos looks to keep it in play for the Terrapins. She does. Back to the air. Williams leaps and makes the catch. And Neil Bhattacharjee says Williams will make every save she should. And then a couple to help keep her team in the game. Here she has made every save she should and did scramble to stop that one best chance at the end of the first half. That actually got behind her for a moment. Koutsos on the throw. Vittori got a piece for Binghamton. Garofalo gets a bigger piece, but sends it out of play. Smith able to settle. One-on-one with Marsteller. Slides this one to Bernard. Garofalo slows her down. Bernard back up top for Smith. Her shot, that one goes just wide. Kelsey Smith, again the high school All-American, Baltimore Sun Player of the Year a couple of years ago, missed her freshman season due to injury, but you know the talent's there. And that one just missed. Clark couldn't slow it down as it heads out of play. McIntyre. Pagoda gets a piece, but Maryland with possession. Olivia McKnight back to Garofalo. Victoria, an angle on the ball. Looking for Samaya Reed. Kuto slips. Ball up for grabs. Reed with it. Poked out by Coyle. Binghamton ball. Victoria on the throw. Marsteller able to chip it loose for Olivia McKnight. Sends this one to Vagoda. Again, she can strike from there. Vagoda winds. Trying to send it ahead, but the block by DePrima. And Vagoda can put some steam on those, so no easy block by DePrima, who's actually doubled over there on the far sideline. She needed a moment. Can't blame her. Clark, DePrima chips it loose, but Reed will watch as Clark races to it. Johnson gets in the way. Goes to play it, keeps it in play, but Vagoda able to take it by Morales. Winds and fires. It is headed to the cage, and Beardsley with the stop. McClellan trying to make a play on it for Binghamton, and I believe it was Coyle who made some contact with McClellan. There's Vagoda. Binghamton last time out, a 2-2 tie against Wagner, and it was a goal with 39 seconds left by Emma Calling that tied that game for Binghamton. And the goal came off a shot from distance by Vagoda. Samaya Reed in a foot race, along with Johnson for Maryland, who just gets it out of play. Kind of a de facto set piece in the final minute against Wagner for Binghamton, with Vagoda setting it up and Calling finishing. Vagoda throws it into Clark. Morales drives her out of play. Vagoda on the throw. Comes free, and Beardsley just ahead of McClellan. Actually, it was Hannah Mimas for Binghamton, so Beardsley out, makes the play. Here's Smith, who's shown herself to be pretty dangerous here this afternoon in the second half. Victoria gets it loose. Mimas with it for Marsteller. Now Vagoda. Hannah Knitsch set to come in for Binghamton. And it's Mimas who's racing to the ball with Kutos tracking her. Mimas knocks it loose. Trying to stay on it. Coyle comes in to send it away. Here's Smith. McClellan tracks her. Kelsey Smith to Morales. Ahead for Bernard. Peyton Bernard puts on a chance, deflected by Herber and handled by Marsteller. Clark along the far sideline. DePrima steps up on her. Clark sends it ahead. Samaya Reed at her feet. Bell is on her. Reed feeds this one. Clark, the shot goes wide. Here comes some subs. It is going to be Knich for Lauren Clark. For Mimas. And Hannah Shapiro makes her first appearance in this game. Freshman midfielder comes in for sophomore midfielder Ava Morales. One thing that Megan Ryan Nemser told us during the week is that in general with her team, she wants more game changers. She wants to have that depth to know she can have a large list of players she can count on. And that's something she wanted to develop here, further develop today, as we see Shapiro come in for the first time in this game. She wants that list of players she has confidence in as this season goes along. It is Knich on the far side, one-on-one with Bell, fights through. And Bell puts the body on Knich just as she was about to send it to the box. McIntyre sends it ahead. Bernard racing to it. Herber for Binghamton is on it. Did Herber touch last as it heads to the corner and out of play? It will be Maryland possession. Kat Paris set to check back in for Maryland. Peyton Bernard comes out.
For Maryland, number 43, Kat Paris, replacing number 3, Peyton Bernard.
Corner coming for Maryland. Third corner of the afternoon as Isabel DePrima, the New York City native, set to send it. Picked up by Smith. Her shot deflected. Samaya Reed got a piece. Then it is Vagoda who made the final stop. So you had Reed and Vagoda flanking Caitlin Williams, covering that net. And you needed all three. First Reed, then Vagoda, Caitlin Williams in the middle. And Caitlin Williams, a little attaboy, or attagirl, I should say, for Lexi Vagoda. Another corner coming. Once again, DePrima. Williams takes it right from the kick. Well, it takes everyone. Group effort on that sequence for Binghamton to keep Maryland off the board. Garofalo puts a charge into this one. Kutos heads it down. DePrima gets there ahead of the slide of Clark, but Vittoria able to get a piece for Binghamton. Vittoria gets it back, draws a couple of terrapins to her, and the left foot of Smith knocks it out of play. Here's Emma Calling coming in for Binghamton for Molly McClelland. The hero from a few nights ago, the game-tying goal against Wagner. And she'll touch here for Binghamton. Garofalo gets it by Shapiro. Over to Clark. Clark and Bell one-on-one. Bell to the turf, and Maryland will take possession. Bell still on the ground as we'll have a stoppage in play. Bell needs a moment as she walks off, stays on the field.
Entering the game for Maryland, number 2, Ava Morales, replacing number 21, Isabel DePrima.
Meanwhile, Ava Morales coming in for Isabel DePrima, and Madison Krakauer coming in for Kelsey Smith. Here's Kat Paris. Pagoda comes out with it for Binghamton. Victoria McKnight sends this one for Grace Victoria. Victoria met quickly by Smith, spins away. Back to Garofalo. Herbert by Paris to Marsteller, back to Herbert. Olivia McKnight at midfield, slides it ahead for Calling. Back to Marsteller, Olivia McKnight. Deflected to the foot of Isabel de Prima. The freshman midfielder gets it up to fellow freshman Lisa McIntyre. McIntyre ahead for Paris. Paris one-on-one with Garofalo. Now Garofalo gets some help. And Olivia McKnight with it for Binghamton. Calling back to Garofalo. Here's Herbert. Under 14 minutes to go. Victoria charged into this one. It gets by Samaya Reed onto the feet of Hallie Johnson, who goes to her keeper Beardsley. And this one gets past the back line. Racing to it is Clark, but Beardsley scoops it up. Katie Coyle ahead. Kutzos. Kat Paris, pretty good ball for her. Paris, a step on Garofalo. The shot stopped by Williams. Marsteller to Calling. Kutzos on the interception. Calling looking for Clark. Johnson goes to Bell. Shots now 10-4 in favor of Maryland. 5 shots on goal to none for Binghamton. The Terrapins have picked it up offensively here in the second half, but Binghamton still doing a good job containing Maryland as Calling sends that just a bit long for Lauren Clark. Now substitutions coming in. Krakauer coming in along with Morales for Maryland. Meanwhile, Hannah Mimas is in for Binghamton along with Allison Falvo. Looks like Clark and Victoria out for Binghamton. Our first look at Allison Falvo, senior defender.
Replacing number 13, Grace Victoria. And number 6, Mimas replaces number 26.
Falvo plays it just off the bench. Now gets it back. Ahead for Olivia McKnight. McKnight continues to carry. McKnight back for Calling. Calling winds, fires this one. Scooped up by Beardsley. So Emma Calling, the first shot on goal for Binghamton in this one. Calling winds, fires. Again, had the game-tying goal with 39 seconds left against Wagner. Peyton Bernard through traffic. Back to Kutzos. Kutzos will send it to the box. Headed down. Krakauer turns and fires a whistle, though, just as she did. Just under 10 to go. Pagoda gets a step on Shapiro. Sends it to the midfield. Calling. Chips this one near side for Falvo. Kutso steps in to intercept. Falvo the block. Keeps it in play. McIntyre chips this one back. Picked up by Katie Coyle. Over to Johnson. Kinich coming on strong for Binghamton. Johnson gets it away from her. Krakauer from Shapiro. Krakauer, nice job to get free. Krakauer racing. Herber recovering to slow down Krakauer. Now Shapiro with it. Sends this one in front, blocked, and that looked like it hit the hands of Marsteller. We'll take another look. And it's going to be a penalty kick. I think Marsteller turned toward the ball, didn't fully see it come, and then... So Ava Morales on the penalty kick. Morales, goal! So Maryland increasing possession and pressure in the second half. Maybe not the way they drew it up, but the resulting penalty kick and the goal by Morales, her third of the season, that now leads Maryland. And Maryland leads in this game 1-0 with 8:56 left in the second half.
Replaces number 25, Samaya Reed, and number 5, Molly McClellan, in for number 30, Sophia Garofalo. In the game for the Terrapins, number 28, Eden White.
Substitution for the Terrapins. Eden White is in for Hannah Shapiro. A couple of substitutions in for Binghamton as Reed and Garofalo are out. Victoria McKnight and Molly McClelland are in. So Garofalo, a defender, out, as McClelland, who can play back, but as a midfielder, a little more offense now on with Binghamton down by a goal. Pagoda down on the turf, draws the whistle. Pagoda to send it. Binghamton maybe looking to play a deflection here. Falvo racing to it. Falvo turns the corner on McIntyre, sends it near the cage, but into the hands of Liz Beardsley. Allison Falvo. You know, her high school team up in New Hartford, New York, won her with their final 35 games by a combined score of 195-7. So she's used to being on the winning end by a wide margin in these contests. Here trying to tie it up for Binghamton. Calling, racing back to it for the Bearcats. Gets it to Williams. Just over 7 minutes to go. Maryland scoring in the 82nd minute. Ava Morales with her team leading third of the season on a penalty kick. Calling. Bell bumps it down, ahead for Morales. Shapiro back in the game. On the ball. Sends it to midfield. One touch by DeRosa. Bernard to Krakauer. Krakauer fires this one. It's handled easily by Caitlin Williams. McClellan to Mimas. Kutos. Quickly on Mimas, who goes back to Marsteller. Finds McClellan. Sends it ahead, looking for Olivia McKnight. Johnson knocks it free. Coyle takes it from Maryland. McClellan on the header, and actually, pardon me, that was that McClellan or Victoria? Whoever it was landed awkwardly on her left or her right foot. And again, I believe that was McClellan. She's still down on the turf as play continues. McClellan struggling to get up and put weight on that right foot. She's stretching out her right leg, and now the official calls time. And possible it's a cramp, because right now Hannah Mimas bringing a water bottle out to McClellan. With the sun coming out in the second half, the real feel here of the temperature has been boosted. It seems like the sun has brought obviously a little more heat, but also some humidity as well, more so than in the first half. So 5:38 left to go here in the second half. Maryland 12 shots, 7 on goal. Ten of those 12 shots and all 7 on goal have come in the second half. McClellan stays in. Herbert fires this ahead. Johnson heads it away for Maryland. Calling, chips it back. One touch by Vagoda. Olivia McKnight got a piece as it heads to cage, and the stop by Beardsley. Bernard settles it. One-on-one with Vagoda. Down the far sideline and then out of play. Substitutions coming in. Garofalo comes on for McClellan. Meanwhile, Eden White and Juliet Strange is in for Maryland. Coming out, Lisa McIntyre and Madison Krakauer. Look at Juliet Strange. Coming into your frame right there as Garofalo boots it away. Falvo, the throw to Garofalo. Calling. Looking for Mimas. Bit long for her as Johnson plays it, but out of play. Falvo on the throw. Mimas heads it by Kutzos. Now looking to take Katie Coyle, but Coyle, nice job bodying Mimas away from the ball. Kutzos with the left foot. Head for Bernard. Falvo takes it away from her. Falvo to Victoria McKnight. Back to Vagoda. Getting by Shapiro, puts this one wide of the cage. Well, Liz Beardsley has stopped the only shot on goal she has faced. Hasn't been a busy afternoon, but she has done exactly what she has had to do. With 3:20 left to go here in the second half. Calling the header. Right foot of Morales sends it up in the air. Calling may have gotten away with getting her right hand on that ball. Kennedy Bell turns the corner on Victoria McKnight. Herber met by Strange. And it will be Maryland possession. Bell in no rush to get to the ball. 2:44 and counting. Bernard got a piece of it. Garofalo sends it back in the air. McKnight works it to midfield, deflects to the foot of Hallie Johnson. Falvo heads it to the near sideline. Kutos racing along with Mimas, and it goes out of play. Kutos to throw. Falvo with the header. Bernard and Garofalo. Bernard in the corner, Garofalo. And it goes to Maryland. Under 2 to go. Off the right foot of Morales. Lexi Vagoda, minute and a half to go. She set up the goal in the final minute against Wagner last time out for Binghamton, but Bell intercepts the pass. Shapiro with Knich on her. Knich going after it along with Shapiro. Eden White with the touch for Maryland. Kutos waits for it.
1 minute.
Minutes to go here in the game. Falvo fires ahead. Marsteller pulls down Juliet Strange. And Maryland with it. Falvo heads it down. Calling racing to it, slides it to Olivia McKnight, ahead to Knich. 15 seconds left, Bell to take it, gets away from Knich. 10 seconds left, Bell might be literally running out the clock here.
5, 4, 3, 2,
and that will do it. So a penalty kick goal by Ava Morales. The difference in this one, a terrific defensive effort by Binghamton, especially in the first half, but not